Hello, all you all out there in YouTube and audio podcast land. Welcome to Game Set Live. That's right. As you can see, it's just the two of us. Baby, we can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Fabio and I. Yeah, I know. Don't quit your day job, Bob. That's all right.
Yeah,
Oh,
I, I,
man.
I mean, you do have some future with it.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm so.
No, go ahead,
How you
buddy.
doing, my man? How you doing, my man?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm a little caught off guard by the Xbox venturing into other territories that we're going to get into. It's wow. Apparently, yeah, we'll
But
get into it.
interesting, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting. Wow. But how you been doing?
Hmm.
I mean, God, it seems like I haven't talked to you or seen you in oh my goodness, a little over an hour, right?
Yeah, it's just really, real curious how long it has been. It has been such a long time since the last time we talked to each other. It's not as if we just made another podcast earlier today.
And
Yeah, okay.
that would have been the hundred and
That
fiftieth episode of the Xbox Live Party podcast. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we had such a good time, mate. Like this was really a good show. Had a packed panel.
Yeah, it was a
We had
blast.
some shit over each other. We were saying more kind of stuff. Everybody hates me hosting, but I don't care. I did have a really good time during it. But yeah, other than that, thank you. I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. Just like a tons of work that I'm having to deal with at the university. But other than that, yeah, I'm glad to be here and let's get the show on the road. Did you
Oh
ask me
yeah.
what I?
Not yet. No, I haven't.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So, for those that don't know, what have you been playing, sir?
There we go. Now we got to that part. So what I've been playing? Well, I've been playing some Halo Infinite. Of course, I've been playing some Halo Infinite. I've never stopped playing Halo in my entire life. I at least play Halo once a week, at least. That's important. And I've been playing some Starfield, where I managed to get the game running at a higher frame rate on the Xbox Series S without losing the without losing the ability to unlock achievements.
Oh,
There's a really nice way to cheese that through, so I can actually get the mod. And even though the mod says that like you are not going to be getting achievements if you install this, I just disable the mod. I enable the mod. I restart the game. Like I boot up everything from scratch, the game, not the console. And once the game is booted up, I disable the mod, and then I go to to my save file. And then out of the sudden, wait, the mod is disabled, but why does it feel much better to play? It's because the mod is working there, but you are now able to use all the bonus as well as the onus of that without losing the ability to unlock achievements. Like that, and honestly, like getting Starfield to play at 60 FPS or close to 60 FPS is such a game changer.
hold on, hold on.
It
You're
is.
doing that on the toaster, really?
I'm doing that on the Xbox Series S. Yes, I have an Xbox Series S. I don't have an Xbox Series X, Mister.
Wow. But I thought that thing was holding back gaming.
I thought so too, right? Like I thought that it was just a potato. I thought that Xbox was not going to be getting any next gen games, or PlayStation wasn't going to be getting any next gen games because of the Series S.
I know. It's, you hate to see it.
If- I mean, I mean, even though the Series S is capable of running more games at 120 FPS than the PlayStation 5, even though the Series S is capable of running games with respective performance, quality, and ray tracing modes, even though the developers of Baldur's Gate 3 admitted themselves that while they were optimizing the game for the Series S, they managed to find a feature or a set of tools that they discovered there while optimizing for the Series S, and they managed to apply that for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 because they did not do that on those consoles.
Those bastards. God.
How dare they? How dare they use a potato to improve the premium consoles, right?
I know. I know. You hate to see it,
Such a
man.
disgusting behavior.
I
Just
know.
Larry Studios should be so ashamed of themselves. And other than that, I just don't care. I decided to buy like what 6 games right now. There are like all of them retro games, and most of them are in a really good price.
Oh.
I got myself some of them you can consider as shits. I don't care. I just wanted to play the game because yeah, I just wanted like it just might be a good time even to make fun of the shitty game. So I got myself some Mafia 2, some BioShock, Crazy Taxi, Duke Nukem Forever, BioShock 2, Sonic the Fighters, and an OG Xbox game called Red Dead Revolver. Which,
Oh.
for those that don't know, this game is the one that originated everything that we know from Red. I was about to say Resident Evil, no, Red Dead Redemption.
Whew. Man. Yeah. Fact check. Fact check. Wrong, wrong,
imagine,
wrong.
imagine, imagine. It almost started with Red Dead Revolver, and then out of the sudden, Resident Evil. There we go. Makes total sense, everybody.
Oh gosh. So yeah, I've been playing a lot. I've been playing a lot of survival games on Steam. I just started a new one called Survival: The Fountain of Youth. It's in early access. It's you're a conquistador who's got a map to a island that is supposed to hold the Fountain of Youth, and you're on your ship, and you find this largest island out of the several that are out there in that area, and you kind of like set anchor, and you're gonna go in the morning. But while you've set anchor, a huge freak storm comes out of nowhere and sinks the ship. And then before you leave the burning, sinking ship, you have the choice to choose two upgraded items to take you to get you started, to give you a better start at survival. And in case anybody's wondering, you want to take the coat and the backpack. They are better than the yeah. Take the coat and the backpack.
Are,
Yeah.
are you giving spoilers? Maybe
No. I'm,
they should discover that by themselves.
well, actually, I read that. I read that something else. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Oh,
okay, okay,
Thember in the
okay.
chat.
Good point. Good point.
Thember in the chat, dropping facts. Did you guys know the voice of Red Dead Redemption 2 is voicing a new trailer for a new farming game like Stardew Valley? Hmm. I did not know that, Thember. Very interesting. And I have been playing Still Wakes the Deep. That is what you see on your screen right now. I'm about 2.5 hours into it. Um,
Uh
I
huh.
it took me a little while when I started playing it to get the settings to where I liked them. Default is it'll let you adjust your brightness, how many nits you want, and I found a sweet
Mm.
spot for that. And then I restarted the game, and then I started playing it, and then I thought the subtitles were too small, so I restarted it with larger subtitles. Thought I got to a comfortable spot, started the game over from the beginning, and then captured this gameplay because I wanted seamless from beginning to end. But yeah, it's a very cool game, a very pretty game. It's suspenseful. It's very interesting. The voice acting is bar none. Yeah, I can't say enough about Still Wakes the Deep. I don't have too much experience with this developer who seems to be in the walking sim business. That's what they do. So I don't like the comments people say, "Oh, it's just a walking simulator." I'm like, oh, that's just saying that Halo is just a shooter. It's what.
Yeah, yeah. Like honestly, I think it depends when it comes to like just saying like walking simulator, as if necessarily a walking simulator would be such a bad thing. Like there are walking simulators that or games that have most of its gameplay as a walking simulator that are pretty well
Yeah.
received by the people. So,
And
yeah,
if that's what that developer's speciality is, then don't complain about it. Just don't play it. It's
exactly.
what they
Like
do.
there's something really amazing called like a creative point of view. So if the developers wanted to express their creativity in what it's on screen, so that is it. There's a big difference between like choosing a design because of the creative creative team there of developers and choosing a bad design because the team is just not capable of doing something specifically
And
like
Thimber says it right. He nailed it right on the head in the chat. Still wakes the deep is full Scottish mode. Yes,
oh
it
my
is.
wait. Telling me they are going to be talking in English but using a Scottish accent.
Oh yes.
I
Al-
need to.
along
I'm
with
not a fan of I'm not a fan of terror games, but now I am curious about it.
dude, some of the like the slang, the Scottish slang that he uses when he's talking. Well, then what most of them use when they're talking. If it wasn't for the English subtitles that I have set up, I'd be lost a little. I mean, from the very beginning, because he's good with he's good with electricity. Your guy, I guess he's like the electrician on the rig. And when he says it, he goes, "I'm good with the lucky," and I'm like, "Wow, what was that? What did he say again? What was that in English?" Yeah, and a lot of other things too that they slang words for different things, and if it wasn't for that subtitle, dude, I'd be lost. Yeah, Denver, it
Mhm.
is. It's hard to understand what they're saying. The subtitles save you in this game, but I mean, I don't know. It's an amazing game. I like it. I like it a lot. I can't wait to
Honest,
see where it goes.
uh, like like honestly, I am starting to consider that like Hellblade 2, the second playthrough of that game, the extra voice in your head that you gain should have a Scottish accent.
Hold on, you get a second voice in your head if you play it a second time?
No, you get an extra. You get like you get a new one. There's a new narrator.
I got to go back and play it again now. Dang it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You not only get that like, but you unlock an achievement by playing it again.
Oh man. Okay, you got me. I'll do it. I'll do
No,
it.
no, no. Honestly, Hellblade 2 is such a good game. Like, I am still raving for Ninja Theory to like release a hard mode of Hellblade 2 because I love the combat so much. I know it is like, it's not complex. It is way more cinematic. I know, but I don't know. I just really enjoy the combat of that game.
It's not. So the battles are kind of scripted in Hellblade 2,
Yes,
but you
yes.
gotta. It's not scripted to like to death. It's not scripted to death. It's more like they've motion captured whatever. Like if Senua does this, then that's what this person's gonna do, and it runs that motion cap and in that kind of way. And it does. It flows. It flows very well. But in a horde
Mhm.
mode, oh man, I don't know. Maybe if it was horde mode in like third person, that would
Hmm.
be,
Instead
yeah,
of the over the shoulder camera.
yeah. That way you could
Yep,
kind of see
yep.
the
Uh,
action is. It would kind of turn like Sinuous uh, Saga into like almost like a hack and slash. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but kind of like yeah, yeah, it would. But like the Senua Saga problem for me, this is something that I didn't like about the first game is that the camera when you are facing, since the camera is like over the shoulder, the moment you are, and it's not like the in the second game where you are facing just individual enemies. Like the moment you are facing like three enemies at the same time, the camera becomes a bit complicated for you to control. It's not like a game breaking or something, but it's just annoying. It's just an annoyance, honestly.
Yeah. All right. So now that we got those intros drawn, I think that's probably the quickest we've ever went through intros. And we got sidetracked at the same time, but we still made it through. We pushed on through there, baby. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get into our
Claps,
uh,
claps. Should I bring
well,
claps?
oh yeah, you have full reign of the sound effects, sir. There you go. There you go. That's Mr. Fabio Amarin, our Brazilian DJ. Our Brazilian DJ, Mr. Fabio.
No, no, please don't say that.
Oh, but as
Leader of
always,
the Milky Mafia and DJ.
like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps the channel out. And yeah, let's get into this. All right. I also want to shout out to Laura Hinkle. I know why she's here, but thank you anyways. And we really appreciate you stopping by, leaving a comment, and letting your boy Toy know how much you love him. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Fabio's just gonna keep his mouth shut.
I'm sorry, what was that?
So let's get into this. I'm gonna go right for the gusto. I'm gonna start off with I saw a video by Brad Sams. You know, the only BS on his channel is him because those are his initials.
Mm.
Just So anyway, he had a video today, and he showed somebody looking at what appeared to be a modified version of a Xbox dashboard that was on the dash of an autonomous car. For those of you that don't know, these are the cars that use lidar systems and satellite location systems that they drive themselves. Don't expect to
Mm.
be in a hurry when you've got a car driving itself because it's gonna obey the speed limit and may not even do it. But if you've got plenty of time and you leave yourself plenty of time and you leave the house, apparently you're going to be able to play an Xbox game over the cloud while you're waiting for your autonomous car to take you to your destination. That is some
Wait,
scary
wait, wait.
shit.
No, no, but like, was that video that because I did see the clip on Twitter and I did see the guy on the comments saying, "Why does that look like a thing from a car?" And I'm like, okay, was it confirmed that that was a car? I was actually starting to think that maybe that can be like a teaser for the handheld. I don't know, but apparently no.
That was the dash of an autonomous, and that's purely autonomous. There's no driving options. It doesn't have pedals. It doesn't have a steering wheel. You get in, and you've got just a dash in front of you with a panel. And yes, Thember is updating us in the chat. He said, "Yes, it's a car. It's a car called," and now we're supposed to guess. Okay, so
It's a car called. No, 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 no. That's a type of car. The car's type is called.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
it's a brand new. It's a new brand. I hope it is. Otherwise, I'm just saying stuff out of my ass, and probably that's what's happening. So, of
Okay,
course, I
okay.
am saying it.
Sorry, everybody. The stream's gonna get a little dirty right now because Fabio is talking with his ass.
Oh my!
Deborah says, "Sorry,
Wow, wow.
I was gonna say the name of the car, but I forgot. I gotta look it
You
up."
gotta be kidding
But yeah,
me.
so we've already got a game hub in select Samsung TVs, and now we're getting actual what looks like operational dashboard footage in an autonomous car. Okay, it's called the Rimac Robo Taxi. So it's an autonomous taxi that's going to basically take you to your destination. It's a robot driven taxi. You just get in, sit down on the what appears to be a bench seat, and yeah, you can play games while you're waiting for the taxi to. This is just getting out of hand, dude. Because let me go back in. Let me reiterate. We've already got the Samsung deal and select TVs. There's a game hub. We've got this autonomous car with what appears to be a working dashboard for Xbox. And then
Uh-huh.
Amazon, who is a competitor of Microsoft.
Xbox themselves said that. Let's point out that Xbox themselves said that we consider the biggest competitors as what, like Apple and Amazon. Was that it? What they were saying, or something
Yes,
like that?
Apple, Amazon, and Google are their biggest
Yes.
competitors.
Yeah, but like Stadia is dead, so I don't think they are a competitor anymore.
Come on, no toxicity, no bad mouthing other plastic boxes here.
But did I say something wrong? Like
No.
Stadia is dead.
Okay.
Like it's the same thing. Is like, are you going to say that I am being toxic because I am saying that nobody is playing on a Ouya anymore or something like that?
No, of course not. Of course not. But okay, we have digressed. Okay, let's get back into it.
Mm.
Amazon
We are
Fire
always going to
Sticks.
digress.
The Amazon Fire TV sticks. The 4K, the Fire Stick TV 4K, and the Fire Stick TV 4K Max. I don't know what the differences are between those, but I know with other products, the Max usually means that it's got more memory or a better remote or even has a remote or whatever. These two 4K Amazon Fire TV sticks are going to start having an Xbox Cloud Gaming app that you can download onto them. Yeah. So
Mm.
you don't have to have a console anymore. You just have to have a remote. Yeah.
I mean, no, but like, I mean, here's the thing. I think what happened is quite interesting in terms of like Xbox expanding more and more, and now being on Amazon, on the Amazon TV Fire Sticks. Like, what a funny, bizarre name, honestly, when you go to the literal translation here. But like, it's not something that kind of worries me or that bothers me or that saying that, oh my god, Microsoft is going to lose more and more money on the console, and then they are going to become an only software
No.
company. Like, no, because like, man, you don't need a console. This has been since the moment they announced that their games would be day and date on PC. You don't have to buy an Xbox so you can play Xbox games. But if there's one thing that I really doubt, I really doubt, is that even though they are like, we are putting our games day one on PC, we are expanding our business with cloud, we are going to be putting also now on Samsung TVs, Amazon TVs, and we are now putting some of our games on PlayStation, where some we are going to be selected, where we are going to be making selections in case by case scenarios. Like, this is something that, like, even though they are doing all of that, Microsoft is not going to be giving up on the console audience, on their console market share, because they know that while they are still going to be doing consoles, there's going to be someone that is going to buy that. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't necessarily matter like if that let's just say like PlayStation is going to be having every single Xbox games alongside their own exclusives. There's people that will still prefer to do what? Buy themselves an Xbox console. Why? Their library, their gaming library, because of their friends that they made on Xbox, because of all the hours that they spent on the platform, because of the audio system, the store, the deals, Game Pass as well. So this is just some ways of Microsoft saying, guys, the console will be fine or the console will exist, but we are always going to be trying to get ourselves more and more money because, of course, it is a business.
Did you see the chat, Fabio?
No, I didn't.
He says, "You're wrong, Fabio. Jez just
I
said,
am.
bro, it grows the install base of Xbox console hardware. Why does it matter if the console is in your house or in a Microsoft data center?" And then he says, and Jez responded to someone you know, Fabio. And I said, I'm on the edge of my seat. Who was it? He hasn't answered yet. But this is just.
Mm.
So I'm starting to think. You remember way back.
I'm just. I'm sorry. I'm just curious. Fimber, can you tell me like in what part I was wrong? Not saying that like I doubt that I was wrong. I can totally be wrong in things that I say, but like I'm just curious because I wanted to know your point of view as well. But go on, Bob.
Okay, he says, actually, I was wrong about Fabio being wrong. My bad.
I'm so confused now. What's going on?
Yeah. So it's just, I know it's crazy to me because everybody at Xbox and Microsoft have went on record as saying that nothing will ever replace the locality of gaming. Having that hardware right in front of you, being unbridled and not held back by a network connection is it's always there's always going to be a place for that. But just think about this. How much work goes into making a console? And then how much work goes into you downloading a game on an already manufactured Samsung TV or an already manufactured Amazon Fire Stick 4K? It's just
Mm,
yes. I mean, and I'm telling you, this hardware is not built around the Xbox brand. This is hardware that we mentioned Amazon. Amazon, of course, has got Amazon games. They've got games you could probably play through their Fire Stick, and other than some Bluetooth network connectivity to your controller, I don't see any big changes that have to happen because I play cloud games on my phone with Xbox data centers, and it's getting better. I feel like it's getting better every time I go back and try cloud gaming.
mhm.
I think that by the time we get to, because we're on 5G now, I think that by the time we get to 6G, it's gonna be, it's gonna be getting close to being seamless. Because yeah,
Mhm. They
it's
are improving more and more, and like Microsoft does have the resources to further improve the service. Honestly,
yeah, it's just I don't know. I'm one of those people. I don't care who gets to play the games that I play. What I care about is whether or not I have to pay for those games on the platform I prefer to play on. And when it's Xbox with Game Pass, I don't. So if you want
hmm
to pay $70 for this game on PlayStation, or
fine by me.
$60 on Steam, because Steam did not adopt the price increase that PlayStation
Well
pushed
done.
that PlayStation pushed the industry to, and Xbox followed suit. Steam did not adopt that. games on Steam
Mm-hmm.
are $59.95 a piece, brand new. But yeah,
Andre, no, like, not, do not be harsh on PlayStation. It wasn't just them. It was PlayStation, EA, Activision, and Ubisoft. Those were like the main companies that were saying $70 price tag is the future.
but yeah, it's you know,
And now we are seeing some people like not PlayStation, I don't know, maybe Ubisoft or something like saying that $80, $100 price tag needs to be the future,
oh
like
god, no, no,
or some
no.
stuff, or some stuff like Mikey Barra saying that, you know what would be like putting his ideas on Twitter like this. He done that like months ago. That idea that I'm like, no, Mike. I understand where you're coming from. I know you do have good intentions, but that's not good. Like, which is like, uh, you buy the game, you play the game, and now you get to, if you want, you can just give money to the developer, some extra cash.
Now, what I want to know is, and to me, this is a big W, a, a big W moment. Whether or not I'm on a Samsung TV, whether or not I'm on an Amazon Fire TV 4K stick, or whether or not I'm sitting in a Robo Taxi, if I have Game Pass Ultimate, does that automatically pay for me to do whatever I want? Because keep in mind, Game Pass
Mhm.
Ultimate is console, PC, and cloud. So
Mhm.
in these other, though that works on my phone when I log into the Xbox app, but will that work logging into the Samsung TV, logging into the, or is there a surcharge for using my service through that platform? If there isn't,
Mhm.
and just having a Game Pass Ultimate subscription is my entrance fee that I already have, to me, that's a big W because that's saying, look, get this right here, and we've got you covered wherever you decide to play. Whether it's console, PC, TVs, on your way to a restaurant, in a taxi cab, or using a Fire Stick that you bought that could be used with any television. That's a big W, which I'm sure
Good
that
point.
that may have been the reason we saw a price increase of a couple dollars because they knew this was coming. Very possible. Very, very possible.
Yeah, like it wouldn't make any sense for them to like, oh wait, what? Microsoft made a deal with us? What?
Yeah, it's just like the autonomous robo taxi. I keep going back to that because I think that's just freaking crazy that you can get in a car and just it just
There's
turn
no
over.
one there.
Yeah, no one there. Just turn
Just
over control and say, "Take me right here." Yeah,
just go.
because we've all followed that map app on our phone, and it says in 300 feet turn right, and you get 300 feet, and you're like, "Well, there's no right turn right here." Now there's a parking lot in front of a strip mall that's on the other side of a great big ditch, but you didn't recognize that the entrance to that parking lot was 100 feet back that way. You want me to turn right now, go through this ditch, so I wind up in the parking lot right in front of the store. That
Hmm.
shit worries me as far as autonomous driving goes. But it's
Here's the
just,
thing, we already. I mean, let me put out the facts. We already have Sky and we got Nats. So I'll just leave it like that, okay?
oh yeah.
Just wanna be ready. Be ready. The resistance needs you, okay? Just let me point out those facts.
Oh, oh man, dude, you said resist. I'm gonna hop off topic here real quick, but one of the,
Again.
you know how I love survival games. One of the survival
Hmm.
games that I am looking forward to more than State of Decay 3, and you know how I love State of Decay. One of them I'm looking forward
Yes.
to more than State of Decay 3 is Terminator Survivors.
Mm.
It got a release date on Steam. I will be
Oh,
playing.
nice.
Yes, I will be playing Terminator Survivors on Steam on October 24th. Yes.
Day one already. That's it.
Day one already. I mean, and I have to wait and see.
You
because-
bought 50 copies.
No, you can't. I don't think there's a pre-order option.
Actually, well, you can always. You are not able to. Like, I find it amazing that your correction towards my statement is not that you bought 50 copies. Is that no, I'm not able yet to buy my 50 copies.
Yes. You either on Steam, from what I've noticed, you either buy it when it comes out, when it's released, or you buy it in early access at a discounted price. Which, honestly, if it's a game I'm interested in, as soon as it's up for early release, I jump all over it, because I might get a game that's for $20 that when it hits final release, version 1, set in stone, this is our first version, it may cost you $40. So yeah, I'm all for the early release crap. And yeah, it's not, I can't get it yet. It's on my wish list and I'm waiting. Okay.
You're just like, come on, you motherfucker.
Yeah, right. God, I want to run from a T800 while I'm trying to find something to eat and keep me warm. To me, that's like heaven. I can't wait.
Great. I don't remember that being in the Bible, but okay, everyone has its own heaven then, apparently.
And I tell you what, if there is a Skynet in our world today that we don't yet see, it's NVIDIA. If I'm being honest with you.
Why does every episode, I thought that, okay, Mayhem is not on the podcast right now, so we are probably not gonna be talking about Nvidia whatsoever. But why does you always manage to bring up Nvidia out of nowhere for every show?
Because I own 47 shares of NVIDIA.
Oh, okay.
And if
I remember you are a rich motherfucker.
And if it goes up again to what it just split from, that means that's $47,000. OMG. We got somebody here to use the lube that KY's spitting out. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, even with the
my.
lube that you give me, it's not going to be of any use to me. I'm sorry, it doesn't work anymore.
Hey.
Shout
out
okay. First of all, what are you drinking and what are you smoking right now? Because Jesus Christ.
Before you answer, I just want to give a quick shout out to Drawn TJ in the chat, brother. I always love seeing you here. You are a faithful regular, and we appreciate you more than you realize. Go on, Wise. Spit it out.
Yeah.
brother.
So what was I drinking? No, I'm not going to spit it out. That's some good alcohol. I'm not going to spit out the good alcohol. Shit,
I'm sipping on 4
I don't do
roses
that. I
right
don't
now.
hawk two of. I don't hawk two of my alcohol. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It always depends on which alcohol are you taking, honestly.
Well, it doesn't matter. Alcohol is alcohol. I mean, everything has a purpose, right? Even Wild Irish Rose has a purpose.
Like, are you going to be taking anything that is just an alcohol? It doesn't matter if it is like something proper for you to drink or if it is just a medicine or something for to satisfy.
Everything is okay to be consumed. All of this stuff that's not to be consumed, that is just basic politics and everything. Whichever lobby paid enough. The alcohol lobby paid enough so that people could drink alcohol. The weed lobby has not paid enough.
Fabio is trying to paint you as a recovering addict hiding behind a corner, downing bottles of NyQuil. That's what he's getting.
A recovering addict? No, fuck that. I'm not a recovering addict. I'm a full addict.
No. I'm not trying to paint him as a recovering addict. I'm trying to paint him as a crazy motherfucker sex offender here.
Mom, and then Wiseau Gamer's coming back like, my mama raised no quitter.
Exactly. And guess what? Speaking of being what did you say? person who's I'm in the what you call it, Secret Service, not Secret Service, but what was that, Witness Protection Program. So there you go. I had my ID. Yeah, I got my ID changed ever since I got that whole sexual predator badge on me. It's amazing. You can't find a job anywhere. You can't go anywhere. I had to change my name legally. Had to change my DNA.
God,
It's amazing how you can. It's amazing how you can be easily retired.
Are we going to start calling you Dr. Wise Disrespect?
Exactly, Dr. No, you're going to call me Wise Diddy.
Wise Diddy.
Wise Diddy.
Shit. So yeah, welcome to the show, Wise. Tell us, what have you been playing, and how are things in your neck of the woods?
I am actually finishing up Sly Cooper. I'm at the last level with fighting Clockwork and really reveling in it. I was playing Elden Ring, but Elden Ring is a slog. So yeah, built my character, got my ass handed to me by the Tree Sentinel. Then I went somewhere and I found like some Stormfall ruins and said, yeah, that's kind of too hard. 2 gremlins killed me quickly. And I'm like, yeah, that shit that's for the birds, and walked out. Then I'm like, yeah, fuck this. I can't, I'm getting killed everywhere I go. So I played Sly Cooper, something more my speed. And yeah.
You need to play this game on screen right now, brother. I'm telling you right now, you got to play this.
Oh, you mean the Still Wakes the Deep?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm playing. Is it a co-op or is it just single player?
It's just single player, and you have to do it without the subtitles on. And tell me if you can understand his Scottish slang. Yes. Because if it's not for the subtitles, the Scottish slang, I was like, what the hell did he just say? And I had to look at the English translation. I was like, that did not sound like that.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought this was made by like the China Hero Project, wasn't it?
I don't know who it was made for. I don't know, but it's a great game. I like it.
Well, no, I thought
the China Hero Project?
Something like that. It was like this new burgeoning development houses that both Xbox and PlayStation are sort of catering towards with developers from China. Like all these games like Wukong, Phantom Brave, Zero, Still Wakes the Deep, they're all coming from that same, not the same development house, but like that same project, but both developers are doing.
Our resident fact checker has said that the dev's name is called the Chinese Room, but that doesn't mean
something like that. This was like China Hero or China. I knew it had Chinese Room. I thought so. Isn't it made by like Chinese developers?
I don't know. I know they nailed the Scottish vibe.
Yeah, but that's what my next question would have been. If it was Chinese, then what the hell is it doing with a strong Scottish slang to it? Like what type of multicultural bullshit are we on?
I mean, does the UK studio in Ninja Theory only has theoretical ninjas?
No, but you would think that. But the same thing is like having an American developer like I don't know, Insomniac try to mimic native Ugandan language and slang. It just doesn't work well. It doesn't. I mean, it's like I guess you could do it, but never seen it done, especially well. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like if it was a Scottish developer doing. Go ahead. Well,
No. You can always hire a voice actor that is from that specific country and that has that specific accent. You don't necessarily. The game is from a Chinese developer. It is a Chinese trying to make a Scottish accent. That would be.
That was what I'm thinking. Like, wait, how is a Scottish accent dealing with a game made by Chinese developers? It doesn't make any sense to me. That's like
voice actor.
No, but that's like you playing Astrobot, and next thing you know, you hear Southern slang or Mississippi Delta slang or something like that. All of a sudden Astro says, "Y'all ain't gonna do this no more. Y'all here?" You can't. I mean, it just. Not to say it ain't feasible, but why? That
What would the Chinese people try to learn? Scottish slang is right.
But it's called the fucking Chinese room. Wasn't it Chinese developers? That's what. That's a simple question. That's all I'm asking. You're calling your freaking publishing house or development house the Chinese room. I would assume there's Chinese developers. And okay, if you're going to assume it's Chinese developers, okay, a weak English language thing, okay, or a formal English language thing is okay, but like something that's very specific, like Scottish slang of all things. How would you go if you're a Chinese developer, based in China, to something that is authentic Scottish slang? I don't know. I don't know. And to the point where you it's so strong that, like, for example, you can't understand it and you need subtext.
Dude, the voice acting is bar none, dude. The voice, it's really good. It's done.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm intrigued to play it. I was just impressed that I thought I was.
But it's not a Chinese doing the Scottish accents, right?
Well, shit. The development. Okay, well, let's just kill it. But it's still not. Long story short, say whatever language it is. I think it was not. It's nice. I think I really like the game, but I don't know much about it. Is it one of those games that the isolation in the atmosphere is what is like the horror component, or they're like little aliens or zombies jumping out from the back or some shit like that? Some rabbit people.
So this game has got a lot of chase sequences where, to not spoil anything, you're on an oil rig. And it's Scottish run, and they're against the other countries coming in looking for that Scottish oil. And the drill hits something and releases something. Something has woken from the deep, hence the name.
Is it the Balrog? Is it Durin's Bane?
Yeah.
Did they dig too deep?
It is a very strong Scottish accent.
I mean, are you going to the Bridge of Khazad-dûm now?
Listen. It's a very strong Scottish accent. But early on in the game, you do get to hear him say, "You shall not
Who
pass."
shall not?
No, I'm just kidding. That doesn't happen. Don't play the game expecting to hear that.
Engine's gonna kick anymore, Captain.
So
the engines are on full power, Captain.
So as this entity is consuming the ship and the flesh of your compatriots on the rig, and turning them into these grotesque it's almost a throwback to what you saw the virus do, or the organism do, to people in dead space. It's happening on this rig, and at some points you get cornered by these abominations, and they end up chasing you up stairways, and you have to be quick on your feet and make jumps and ducks and whatnot to get away from them.
Whoa, you said that these little demons eat human flesh?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow. So basically you're saying they're demons on bath salts.
Oh fuck, totally, man. Totally, like tearing the face off of motherfuckers. It's totally crazy.
Oh, cool. No, it seems intriguing because I had streamed it on the podcast. You had sent me the film, the reel.
Right.
And while I was watching it, and I'm like, wow, this game actually looks pretty fucking good. Like it's a game that it seems like it's not one of those games that you have to be like full adrenaline to play. It's like it's a horror. It's like it's one of those movies that it's like one of those. I don't want to say you could turn your brain off, but you don't have to be firing it on all cylinders like you would if you were playing, like, say, for example, an Elden Ring or something like that.
So one major mechanic in this game. One major mechanic in this game is picking things up that you find around you and using that item to cause a sound in another area of the environment to draw the predator away from you so that you can get by. Those sequences can become
you don't
very
have to...
stressful.
Oh, go on, Bob.
Well, those sequences can become very stressful.
I just I just I just love the statement from from Wise Gamer here. Like, you don't have to turn off your brain, but you don't have to particularly be smart.
Exactly. I mean, now come on now. Like we know different games work your brain cells in different ways, right? Like there are games that you literally can play with you. Quite figuratively with your eyes closed, right? You don't really need to be focusing a lot on it. You could just be there transiently. You could be talking, holding a discussion, and playing the game. Then you have games that, like, or what I think still wakes the deep is it's like a good game. You're playing it, you're in it, but you don't have to be like fast as fingers, reflexes all the freaking time. Got to watch out for what's around the next freaking
You
corner.
do.
You get your ass handed. Huh?
You do. Because there are some sequences
Well, I
where
mean,
you're climbing, and so when you climb in this game, you hold down right trigger, but out of nowhere, you'll have something that starts to shake the rig, and you have a very, very limited time to hold down left trigger, or you will fall to your death. So
oh, okay.
it does have some moments,
So it's more like a QTE.
right?
More like a QTE type thing. Yeah, but okay, so you take something with a QTE versus taking something like, say when you're playing a game like, I don't know, what was that game on Game Pass? Lies of P. Lies of P requires you to be like always on your toes, right? Like there's no down step per se. Same thing with like your Souls like. This ain't like that. So you can sort of play and then you have a still moment, then you play, then you have a still moment, then you play, then you have a still moment, right? So those are like that's pretty good. I don't mind that. So yeah.
I
But
just I just
sometimes
I
you don't
just want
like
to.
that. You
No,
say?
but like let's be like I just want to put out like the changing a little bit of the subjects here, since you just mentioned like Souls like games that we on the like you and I, Wiseau Gamer, as well as Cerebral Pro and all the other panel members of Wasted with Wiseau Gamer, we made the definition of what exactly is a Souls like game. Remember?
Yes, I do. And what was the
So
definition?
basically.
What was the
Trash,
answer?
trash,
The definition
trash.
it is no no no, don't just say that. It is quite simple. How do you identify any sort of Souls like game? You if it has a bonfire and if your character is always rolling around, that's a Souls like game. That's it.
Yep. That's what a
Ah,
Souls
great,
like.
everybody died.
That's what a Souls like game is. I mean,
And
don't get me wrong.
don't you
Okay,
like
I'm
Souls like games?
no. Okay, no, I don't. I don't really. No.
Don't get me wrong,
Now,
and then we rewind literally 20 seconds and the motherfucker saying trash while I'm talking.
so look. Okay, I don't dislike a Souls-like game. It's just not the time. It's not the kind of game that I like. I enjoyed
And
my
you just think it's trash.
I enjoyed my time in Elden Ring, exploring and whatnot, and replaying certain areas over and over and over to try to get myself leveled up. And then when I hooked up with my brother-in-law and my wife to play together, I still felt totally inadequate and got my ass kicked. And yeah, so it's just not the type of game for me. I don't really. I like the exploration part of it, and I think that the character models, the ambiance of the game, and like I said, the incredible character models of some of the bosses that you fight could only be thought of by some dude tripping on acid. They are that they are that wild, and
But they're great.
yeah.
They
Yeah.
are crazy.
On a side note, I've seen some people that have bashed the game, the expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree, for being so hard. And I just want to tell you that my brother-in-law and my wife, Kitty Cat for you, they have characters that are level 200 something. I heard 200. And I asked her the first night after her and him went through like 4 hours of Shadow of the Erdtree. I was like, so how was it? And she was like, oh, it was great. We walked in, kicked ass, and took names. for those people who are complaining about the difficulty, do better. Okay, do better. You
But no.
It's
Okay,
that.
so my genre, my go-to genre is turn-based. Okay, JRPG turn-based is my go-to genre. Like your old Dragon Warrior games, your Blue Dragon, famously, all of those types of games. Now, in those games, of course, you start off very low level. You know, you're basically literally given a wooden sword most of the time and saying, "Okay, have at it." You know, but then you get far along, and there's a lot of these games, and the reason a lot of people don't like them is because there is a grind, and I enjoy the grind. I enjoy the going around and walking around the perimeter of the village over and over again, and spawning new attacks and having killing off these groups of enemies and leveling up and leveling. But anyhow, when you keep playing these games and you grind, you get to a point in that game where you become so OP that literally nothing in the main game gives you a challenge. I mean, case in point, Blue Dragon. I remember I put in 150 hours just leveling up all my characters in Blue Dragon. Now, I got it to the point where I literally one-shotted the main boss of the game. Like literally, like we were fighting and my main character went and struck the main boss and he died with one hit. That was the level that it was, and it kept going and going. But I walked around and I was wrecking shit. I like that feeling of like this overpowered, character. Now there are, of course, bosses, optional bosses that a lot of Japanese developers put in. Like, for example, in the Final Fantasy VII series, the Ultima weapons were those bosses where even if you were like level 200, it would still give you a challenge. Then you had to, sort of, use a little bit more strategy and everything like that. My takeaway for Souls-like is that you never get to that feeling of, oh my God, I'm OP and I'm wrecking shit. No matter where you go, you might feel OP in one section, but the minute you go to the next section, you're back to square one again. So you never get that consistent feeling of, you know what, I'm going to kick ass and take names to a greater or lesser extent. There is a certain amount of skill involved. There's a certain amount of blocking that you have to do and a certain amount of parrying that you have to do, which if you're not good with that type of stuff, because if your timing is off or whatever, your hand-eye coordination is not almost sometimes impeccable depending on the boss, you could get your ass handed to you. A lot of these bosses, especially in these Souls-like games, are one-hit bosses. They will literally one-hit you down.
Hold on for just a second,
Yeah.
because I paused the gameplay because I looked over at OBS and I was like, I paused the gameplay because this screenshot right here, where I'm just kind of standing still in a doorway, just waiting to.
Are you streaming on? I don't see any stream on Discord. Are you just strictly streaming on YouTube?
Yes, I'm strictly streaming on YouTube, and
Okay.
then the recording that I'm recording the audio through OBS, and that goes up on podcasting platforms like Amazon, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts the next morning. But this.
Oh yeah, my podcast now is officially on Spotify and Apple. I've not tried, like last week when I found out how to do it. I tried to upload it to Amazon from Anchor FM or Anchor's website.
Yep.
But I was having problems, so
No,
they were like, okay, there was no email registered. Maybe it took 24 hours, so I'm going to try this weekend or tomorrow morning.
I've tried and true. I will preach about Spotify for podcasters because Spotify will take your file and give it to anybody you tell it to give it to. Which
Yeah.
I think is awesome. But anyway,
Boys, you give me some minutes. I will have some family dinner and then I'll be back soon enough. Okay?
all
you
right,
guys, go
right,
ahead.
all right, yep.
So yeah, no, but to go back, so
So-
that's my thinking about a Souls-like. And if you don't like ever feeling like, and I can get that, like sometimes you want to be like that type of person to go in and feel like you're about to wreck shit, and if you don't get that with any Souls-like, well, most of the time.
So can you see the screenshot that's up on screen now?
Hold on, let me pull up YouTube.
You better have me followed. If you don't, we're gonna.
No, I got you. You're the first one. Games at live. So there you go. Yeah, I see it. Okay, I see the screen. It's like a rig.
That's some next gen shit. I mean, just sitting there looking at that. if you just showed me that picture without the subtitles there, I'd have been like, "Oh, where'd you take that picture at?" The whole game is like that, dude. Shit is just
It looks
getting-
really good.
Shit is just. I'm gonna hit play now. Shit is just getting out of hand. It's just.
Does it? What does it run at? 60, 30? What does it run at?
I've got it. I recorded it at performance mode, which you can play it with full ray tracing, 4K, locked at 30. When you go to 60, it drops to 1800p, selective ray tracing. It's one of those games, just like the game that came out not too long ago, that doesn't ever turn ray tracing off. It's just more selective to where it uses it at. Which is, I think that's the direction that the industry is going. Ray tracing, it adds so much realistic flair to the experience that I think they're really going to, like right now where you just saw the fire right there on screen. That would be where I would say selective ray tracing. Wherever I enter that scene where the fire is, immediately I am going to cut off all ray tracing everywhere else and just focus on the ray tracing that shows me that orange glow on the surroundings from the fire. So,
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the industry is really going to go to you're going to have your 4090s and your in the future 5090s that are going to run full ray tracing on the whole environment. But I think your consoles are really going to embrace the selective ray tracing. That way they still get the ray tracing with 60 frames, but they really only are going to focus on what's going to what the player is focusing on. They're going to amplify. They're going to exacerbate that part of the ray tracing and just kind of shut off the rest of the world.
It's kind of like, in a way, foveated rendering. Like, from what I understand, like, it's like, okay, the area that you really want to, you're going to have your character focus on is the area where everything is going to be sort of like, glittered up and, with ray tracing and whatever like that. And I think that's actually good because, I mean, for most games, you don't really need all of that ray tracing. All it does is just kills your performance. You know?
I don't care if that tree 300 meters away is in 4K or not. I can't really tell
Exactly.
I can't tell you how many leaves are on that branch anyway because I'm 300 meters away.
And can't count either, so that's a different story. But
that hurts. So with Fabio eating his lunch and USO Vinny just joining the show, Vinny, how you doing, brother? How have you been? And what have you been playing?
Hey. Sorry I'm late. I thought the show started at the later time. I didn't switch back. But, and I just got home.
Oh, that's
But,
cool, man.
I'm doing good. Yeah, doing good. I haven't really been able to play much lately, but what I've been able to play is Elden Ring. I'm still on my fresh start on PC, so I haven't finished the game yet. I'm like towards the end though.
Cool.
I need your help. What are you playing it on?
I'm on PC.
Okay. See, that's the thing that sucks. Like, for example, from what I understand, I don't think that if you're playing on PlayStation 5, can you get a PC player to come in and help you or something like that, right?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of FromSoft's games are crossplay.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it's only PlayStation centric. So yeah, okay, cool. Or Xbox centric, whatever you're playing it on. So
yeah, I got it first on Xbox, but I decided to just do the DLC on PC, so that's why I'm doing the fresh start on PC.
Awesome.
Here's a dumb question. Where do you go when you first leave the catacombs? Like when you first create your character and come out, do you go straight and make it a straight dive to the
I usually
you go try and find
go
your mama.
to the castle, go to Godric, and then once he's beaten, head over to Renala. Then after Renala, you do Radon, and
But by the time you get to Godric, what level are you? Like I mean, you don't do any of the side
20.
stuff.
You can, but I pretty much have the fights down to muscle memory, so I didn't really need to like go level up or anything. But first time around, yeah, I did a lot of the side stuff, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm in this thing called the Stormfall Catacombs or some shit like that.
Oh yeah.
And like I'm like still level 9 with like which that's what you create with, right?
Yeah,
Because, like,
no, that's like way later. Yeah, that's like way later.
yeah, I kept getting my ass handed to me, and I'm like, well, there's only bats outside, and then I got this thing that I know is not. I'm not really supposed to. It's a side thing. I don't know when I'm supposed to be here, but I'm here now, and I keep getting my ass handed to me with these little gremlins with little curved blades, and I'm like, yeah, crap. I bet.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, Godric's the first place.
Okay, cool.
So while Fabio is eating his family dinner, I did want to ask you two. The big topic, the main topic of this show, as you could tell from the thumbnail, is Xbox wants to be everywhere. So I want. In the last 48 hours, we've gotten a lot of news. So we've seen the Amazon Fire Stick 4K and the Amazon Fire Stick 4K Max will have an Xbox hub either on them pre-installed or installable on them for you to experience cloud gaming from Xbox. And then Brad Sams, where the only BS on his channel is him, he put out a video showing a working Xbox dashboard in an autonomous vehicle known as the Robo Taxi. So it looks like while people are waiting to get to their destinations, they'll be able to cloud game. What are your all's thoughts of Xbox not only already being on select Samsung televisions, but also going through a major, what they stated was a major competitor. Remember back when they said we don't look at Sony as a major competitor, we think more of Apple, Google, and Amazon as our major competitors. Well, now Amazon Fire Stick TV, they're going to have an Xbox app where you can, I mean, wow. And then waiting to go to your restaurant or to work or whatnot. Oh, let's go ahead and see. Let's do a little farming on this game over cloud gaming while I'm on my way. I mean, is Xbox trying to be in every aspect of our lives? What can we expect next? TV, screens across from the toilet. Start with you, Vinny. What do you think about this move?
I think it's pretty good. I think it falls in line with what they're trying to do. My only thing is like it doesn't matter like where they put it. They really got to improve XCloud first because as it stands, XCloud is really like this shit right now. The latency's bad, the connection's bad, the wait times are bad. So I'm hoping like with them moving forward that they're really like willing to overhaul XCloud in the coming months. But I think they're preparing to do like mobile devices soon, like a mobile Xbox thing.
Yeah.
Maybe cloud devices that are first party as well.
Yeah, same here. I mean, we've got Matt Booty and Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer all going on record saying that nothing is going, and I agree with them. Nothing is going to replace the convenience of having the hardware right in front of you and not depending on a network connection. But I just wish they would really put emphasis on curating their the titles they do have on cloud, curating them around that experience. I just seem like they're expecting your connectivity to be able to keep up with what you would expect on console, and that's not the case too much. Maybe
I think it's just Xboxes and like it's just not good. Like even if you have fast internet, like their servers are just like I don't know what's going on with them. Like if it's overloaded or what, but they really got to fix their servers. It's just
Yeah,
Not great right now.
agreed.
That and well, let's call a spade here. One of the biggest problems Xbox feels that they have is population reach, in the sense that they want people to play their games. Unfortunately, and I'm not here to, devolve this into some sort of console fanboy bullshit, but facts are facts, in the sense that in the past 2 generations, they've had problems trying to get above 50 million sales, 50 or 60 million sales in console units. Well, how do you get people to play your games when they don't have your console? Well, make your game available in other avenues, such as Xbox, a cloud, XCloud, or what do you want to call it? Samsung TVs, whatever. Oh, which is XCloud still. They're putting games on, of course, Steam, and of course, certain games on PlayStation and Switch. So their philosophy, and I've come to this conclusion whether you like it or not, the Xbox paradigm is play our game. We don't care how you play our game, just play our game. Do you want to pay $70 and play it on an Xbox? Great, do that. If you want to pay $15 a month and play it on Xbox, fine. If you want to pay $15 a month, play it on $10 a month, play it on PC, fine. You want to pay $70 and play it on PlayStation or Nintendo, fine. Just, we don't care how you access it. We just want you to access it. And again, the proof is going to be in the pudding. We don't know if this business model will bear fruit. I hope it does. I think it will, but it is what it is. But again, as you said, Vinny, they have to make sure that every avenue that they are presenting their games in show their games in the best possible light. And I don't know if xCloud is there yet. And I don't think any streaming platform is there yet, because there's some inherent problems.
NVIDIA GeForce is definitely there.
Okay, so I mean, that you can speak of, because I can't speak for GeForce, but I can definitely speak for the streaming options when it comes to xCloud and for PlayStation, and they're both resoundingly crap. I mean, are they serviceable? Yes, especially depending on the game that you're playing. Like, for example, if you're playing a turn-based, then you don't really need,
Not only
all that crap.
Not only that, I was playing a walking simulator. It was the Dealer Gaming. He recommended it to me. It was like a walking simulator. It was like where you were trying to discover the secrets of this old woman in her cottage or whatnot in a town, and I can't think of what the name of it is, but that really worked well over cloud. But I mean,
like not very mechanical games.
Yeah,
Mhm.
nothing that's really dependent on how quickly it receives your input worked very, very well. I actually finished that game. Edith Finch. The Lies or Secrets of Edith Finch. I did. I finished that game over. I started it and I finished it over cloud. And yes, that worked very well. I was very impressed with it. I actually made a post about getting a new iPhone that had real 5G support because it was using Qualcomm and not Intel because of Apple's squabbles with Qualcomm at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Turned out it was just the game I was playing. It wasn't really the connection. So, no, there's a lot.
Well, I can even assume that you could probably play a game like this for a greater or lesser extent on cloud as well, because even though there are certain scenes where you have to be really quick, but I think for the general part, when you're just strolling around your environment, I think that would be fine, wouldn't it? Do you think?
Yeah, like Persona was a good game to play on cloud.
Having 3 hours in on Still Wakes the Deep, I can say that, yeah, I think it would work. It would actually work pretty well, except for the sequences where you are trying to run from something. That may be an issue, especially if there's a hitch in the middle of it. That could be an issue.
But you know what? I think the philosophy is that at least you give the customer a taste of what they're quote unquote missing. Like, you show them on a Fire Stick, which they probably already have, or a Samsung TV that they already have. Hey, this is how xCloud works. And can you play the games? Yes. Can you play the games in the best situation? Probably not. So if you really want to play this game now in the best situation, either buy yourself a PC or an Xbox, or if it's available on PlayStation, buy it on PlayStation if you have a PlayStation. So I think it's more of a gateway drug type situation where they're like enticing you, holding the carrot in front of you, and saying, okay, if you want the full, unadulterated experience, then you either have to buy the game outright on the console that you have, or buy a console or a PC.
Correct.
So
Well, I mean, I hate to. So, the Samsung TV that we have out in the living room is the wireless router that we have out there has 4 Ethernet cables coming out of the back of it, of course, just like every other one. One of them goes to my wife's Series X, that's right there under the TV. One of them goes to the Samsung television that's out there. And then 2 of them come back here to the studio, one plugged into my PC, one plugged into my Series X. Out there, when we play Xbox Cloud games on that television, I'm guessing it's because it's plugged up to Ethernet and not Wi-Fi. It's actually really good. So I don't, but we know the mass majority of people that are using this on their Fire Sticks or on their TVs, they're not connecting their TV to Ethernet. They're just going off the Wi-Fi, which is great. It works fine when you're streaming anything. They need to.
But I mean, what I'm saying, if you're only trying to give your consumer a taste so they can crave for more later, then that's good enough. There was no buy-in, right?
Correct.
And I would presume that there has to be a way of playing that game without the necessity of an Xbox gamepad. I mean, probably, I don't know, like what would it mean? Like, would you still need an Xbox controller to play the game or what?
Yes, you would definitely still have
All
to
right,
have a gamepad. Okay,
Play it on a TV remote.
Fabio is back from his dinner.
No,
so
I mean, like,
before we bring Fabio back into the conversation, I want to put the same thing out there to you two that I took to Fabio before you joined. So, if we know that with an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription, you get console, you get PC, and you get cloud, would you consider it a W for Xbox if, with just that subscription, no surcharge for using someone else's or going through somebody else's interface or service, would you consider it a W if you were able to use the Samsung TV, the Fire Stick, and this autonomous vehicle OS dashboard we've already seen? Would you consider it a W if your Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscription basically gave you access to all this with no extra charge? Anybody, jump in.
So it worked well.
Honestly, I would just be okay with it as long as, like, the same thing as I consider if every single Xbox exclusive goes to the PlayStation and the Nintendo Switch, which is like, if they are doing that and they guarantee to me that they are going to always continue on doing Xbox consoles, they are going to continue to put Game Pass games on their first-party titles from the entire slates day one on Game Pass, and their studios are not going to have any fear of being shut down, just like what happened with Tango. I'm okay. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I think that's almost like a win-win. If you go out and you say, okay, what do you get with PlayStation's premium service? And then you say, well, what do you get with Xbox's premium service? Well, with Xbox's premium service, you literally get to play your games wherever you feel like playing them. regardless of the hardware.
My only pushback from all of this, and again, I want to say this because, I do want to play devil's advocate here. I do not want to sit here and say that like we're going to kumbaya all of this shit. But if the first time, if you got your game on, let's just say, PC, Xbox platforms, and cloud via Samsung and your Amazon stick. My biggest gripe with all of that is, if they offer that for like that same one flat price of $15, that's not bad. But that's good for somebody who already knows what Game Pass is and knows the benefits and the drawbacks of the game, of the service. What my biggest issue with all putting your games everywhere is that Xbox has and again, I'm not trying to, devolve this into console fanboyism, but Xbox has had a problem in showing off their games, especially the ones that are their marquee titles, in the best possible light, in a perfect setting. And I don't know why that is. And when you make it accessible, especially via cloud, to everybody, and people who are not just familiar with how cloud is and the potential pitfalls and bottlenecks that occur when you play a game on cloud, then you run a problem of, okay, now this person's or this customer's first exposure to said game is via cloud. And as Vinny was saying, if that experience is not like well received, that could almost harm Xbox in a way. Because
it definitely does harm Xbox, yeah.
And is it anything Xbox's fault? No, because you can't control lag. You can't control, that's just, just all the variables that you have to contend with. But it hurts them because then the person says, well, this is just must be why they're giving away the games basically like this, because the game runs like shit. No, it runs like shit because you're playing on cloud. But do you expect the average person to know that? And I don't know if they do. I think that, people like you and me will say, oh yeah, this is just a offshoot or a manifestation of just the drawbacks or the limitations of cloud at this juncture. And there's nothing inherently wrong with the game, but therein lies my big issue when you put it everywhere and then you have a situation where you can't control the parameters of how the game is being shown, especially to a potentially new customer. So that's my take on it.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like Xbox does a thing where they spread themselves way too thin and don't really focus on anything instead of they're just trying to do everything all at once.
Yeah.
Which I think is their issue. If it was up to me, like if I was Phil Spencer right now, my number one priority would be optimization for home consoles, and then optimization for xCloud, and then focus on Game Pass as a service.
Yeah, I would make sure I would look through my slate of games that are coming out and say, okay, these are heavy hitters, and make sure that those heavy hitters come out in the most flawless state that you can make it in. Like of course, any game is going to have bugs in it. That just goes without saying. Especially like, even back in the day when we were buying them on cartridges, the games had bugs. We just called them Nintendo hard, but that we're fucking going over. We're trying to compensate for a fucking bug, basically that's what we were doing. That's why the shit was called Nintendo hard. But that being said, they need to focus on, okay, this is going to be the best showing of this game. This is the first showing. This is the best showing. We're going to make sure that when this game comes out on console and on PC, if that's what you want to do, make sure that those variations on console and PC run to the best possible metric that you can run it at. There's no fucking bougie ass graphics. There's no lags. There's no stuff. There's definitely no game breaking bugs and stuff like that. And of course, you need to know the zeitgeist. You need to know your audience. You need to know that, hey, if I'm releasing a first person shooter, that bitch better be at 60 FPS. Period. Okay. There's no in and out about it. Now, if I'm releasing an RPG, then maybe it may not have to be at 60, but 30 or 40 is fine. But this is what they need to do. And as you said, Vinny, that sometimes the problem is when you're putting it out on all of these devices, you can't account for all of that because variables are variables, right? So, yeah.
Especially all dropping day one, all at the same time. Like you're just bound, like you're asking for it.
Yeah, you're asking for trouble. And that's why, like, for example, like South of Midnight. Let's just talk about South of Midnight. Okay. South of Midnight, they can potentially use that as their next big IP thing. Like they can grow that to become in and of itself its own IP. Okay. They can do that for a lot of games in their stable, but they got to make sure when South of Midnight comes out, there's no freaking stutters, there's no clipping, there's none of that. The story is, succinct and it's the best.
Well,
yeah.
No one, no. Let's be honest. Nobody will be able to complain about the frame rates.
Exactly. Well,
they made their art style so people can just shut the fuck up.
So I've got a belief here that in order for cloud gaming to really be what it can be, you're going to have some data stored locally to pick these, wherever your connection falls short, they're going to have to be like preloading data and assets ahead of time, and when it falls short, you won't see it on your end.
But you see, the problem with that is like with YouTube, when you click on a video for YouTube, it starts downloading the future content while you're watching the current stuff. But the problem with a game is that you if it's a video, what they're going to see, what the next screen is. With a video game, like let's just say this one, you don't know. You think that the next screen or the next thing will be the player going out further down, but there's nothing to say that the player can't stop and turn around and look around in their prior environment, which like, how do you account for all that variability? You
can't. That's the issue.
Yeah. So until they are able to get like, I don't think 5G is it. I think it's going to be much, much higher. I don't even think it's Wi-Fi. I don't even think it's 6, whatever they want to call it, the next variation of, cellular. I don't know, 6, whatever they want to call it, 6G
I
or
say
whatever.
Don't even call it 6. Call it Dix. Dix G.
Exactly.
We got Dix
Because
G
we're gonna
right here, baby.
Because when they go up to 6, they're going to increase our price, so they're going to fuck us. So you might as well call it Dix.
Dix G.
I just want to imagine the guy. Yeah, I want to hire your internet service. Well, sorry, do you want 4 dicks or 6 dicks? You are up to 12.
Yeah.
So with that being said, we should probably run through the news.
There were news this week?
Yeah.
Shit, I was looking for news.
Apparently,
I've got news.
apparently there was.
I've got news for the last 2 weeks, dude. Because we didn't do a show last week because Bob had the flu.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So, Lords of the Fallen.
Cool, you had the flu. So good that you had the flu.
Shit, but man, motherfucker's been infected from day one. He says it's the flu, but it was more like the clap or some shit like that. Probably some
So, Lords of the Fallen. Lords of the Fallen
as a motherfucker.
has got a sequel that's set for 2026. That's right. The publisher
already?
Yes, the publisher, CI Games, is gearing up to release a sequel in 2026. I don't know if it's time for that to happen. I don't know.
It isn't.
Another game did well.
Exactly.
It's another Souls game. Yay!
That's what I
It's
was
another
thinking.
Souls game. Yay!
It
We need
has
another
Not
Souls
too
game.
well.
It has a bonfire, and it also has
Yay!
guy
We get an
rolling.
announcement for another Souls game. I didn't see that one coming. Way!
We gotta milk this Souls cow until it's fucking dead.
Yeah, basically, you're moving beyond the powdered milk phase. You're going into the
Oh.
friggin' I'm gonna milk this motherfucker.
And
It's all
Forza-
processed.
And Forza Horizon 5 adds iconic cars from Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, and other and beloved TV franchises. I gotta
Nice.
be- I
Okay.
gotta be
Also,
honest
side
with you.
note, rest in peace,
Okay,
Forza
so
Horizon 4.
I have seen.
Not yet.
I have seen. some
Hey,
games-
can you play as Kit from Knight Rider and have that car talk back to you? That would be the shit. Think that's what they need to do. They need to implement in Forza Horizon 5 a DLC where you get Kit from Knight Rider and that car will talk to you in real time like Kit did, you know? Like, okay, you need to turn here. You need to turn here. Well, we can't do this, you know? Like some shit like that. That would be cool as fuck, you know?
Okay, so you're basically telling me that if they do that, then Xbox gonna sell like 100 billion consoles?
There's no fucking way they're going to sell 100 billion consoles. You know, I want to see a game in the Forza universe, basically with the Forza Horizon engine, but you're playing a game with a car that talks, but then you do that whole night. Remember back in the day, Spy Hunter? I don't know if I might be showing my age by talking about this arcade game called
You
Spy
are.
Hunter.
Oh God, you
Yeah.
are.
But do you remember the game back in the day in the arcades? You had this car and
Yes.
you had all these different weapons and all that other crap, and
Yes,
you went into
every
this.
time, whenever you made it so far, the semi would come to pick you up so you could upgrade
Yep.
your shit. Yes.
Yes, yes. I would love that mechanic in a Forza engine. Think about it. That would literally sell itself. That thing would be like fucking awesome, dude. You know, it's like a little bit of everything. A little car combat, a little, you know, sci-fi. I mean, I just think the game writes itself, man. I mean, I just don't think. Tell me you wouldn't be interested in playing a game like that using the Forza engine.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
I would be.
that can
yeah.
work.
Yeah, I mean, I think
So-
it would be
Everyone
cool.
became. Everyone is German now saying, yeah.
So the most intriguing thing about this story is that if you've seen the trailer for this, you have seen that when you hit 88 miles per hour in the DeLorean, you do actually time travel.
No fucking
What?
way. Are you
Yes,
serious?
What?
You do. You time travel.
Wait,
with-
you activate like the rewind feature or something
No,
like that? Is
you
that the time
activate,
travel?
you activate the flux capacitor and you wind up in a different time. Yes.
What the? Okay.
Yes.
No,
How
wait
much
a minute.
is it?
Wait a minute,
How
wait.
much
You mean to tell me, whoa. Forza Horizon 5 is based in Mexico, right? Memory serves me correctly, which it hasn't served me in years. It's based in either Mexico or South America, right?
Yeah.
How many
Okay.
drugs are there, mate?
Now, that being said, when you go back in time, are you going back to an older variation of that,
Max,
of
Yes.
Mexico or what?
Yes.
you go to
Well,
England.
Bang
all
your
of a
own
sudden,
mom.
It has been yes. If
You go to
watch-
the industry.
If you watch the trailer of the cars, it shows you actually going back in time when you hit 88
You
miles
go
per
to-
hour.
That's fucking epic, dude.
You're from
Right?
Mexico. From Mexico, you go to the motherfucking French Revolution.
When
Oh,
they start
fuck.
speaking Spanish.
No, you go back. They base in the United States, and you go really fast, and you go back to the Revolutionary War, and you start mowing down shit. Oh my God! I ran over freaking Washington. Oops.
Look, it's the
but
Alamo.
like,
Let's
but like,
crash into it.
but like, since it is on
Fuck
Mexico,
you, Santa
and
Ana.
go back- like, but since it
Remember
is
the
on Mexico,
Alamo.
and you see, like, but since it is on Mexico, and you are like going back to like the American Revolution, every single character from the American Revolution speaks with a Spanish accent. Ay, cabrón.
God.
Nosotros precisamos.
Oh,
No, but that's a pretty cool concept. I like that. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, unfortunately, it's probably just a reskin. But if they sort of looked into that
It
just
is.
play mechanic or gameplay mechanic of it, I think that it has a lot of potentiality.
Well, I
in
mean,
it,
if you look at all
like
the,
I think that's
if you look at the cars that were added, it makes sense that that's the only one that actually alters reality when you do a certain thing.
mhm.
That's the only OP car.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Are you able to use that online racing?
I don't know. Hey, it's like, look, guys,
Like-
I'm sorry,
like,
but
you're losing.
I'm sorry I won
It's like
the
that-
race. I'm sorry I won the race, but I was here 30 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. I knew the.
Like I'm losing. No, I ain't, bitch. Watch this.
Same
Fuck, you were behind it.
Like
Do you have
I
a-
just oh my lord, like I really wish that instead of the environment changed to old times, like all of a sudden your cars travel back, all the cars have a different visual, like they all have big mustaches, monocles, and a top hats.
No, you win the race. Your avatar comes out. It's like, yeah. Not only was I here 30 years before you, bitch, but now I'm your dad too because I fucked your mom.
Yeah, so
You're gonna call me daddy now.
Okay, so
Go ahead.
you in the game you get the you get the 1982 Pontiac Firebird from the Bandit. You get the Trans Am from Knight Rider. You get Jurassic Park's 1994 Jeep Wrangler, and you get the 1981 DeLorean Back to the Future from 1, 2, and 3.
Where the fuck is the 18s van? Why can't I have that? That's an iconic car as well. And what about the General Lee? Well, I can understand General Lee, but come on now.
Okay, maybe they were broke. Okay, they were broke and they couldn't afford the licensing for that, so they just went with the top 4. I don't know.
They were broke, like a game with 40 million players simultaneously playing. But yeah, they are all broke.
Well,
No
here's the
one-
thing.
They,
It sounded
If
good.
the
they can
DeLorean
afford the
allows you-
medicines.
It sounded damn
If the
good
DeLorean
when I
allows you to
said
go back in time, because that's what the DeLorean does. If Knight Rider doesn't allow you the car to talk to you, I'll be really pissed. Let's put it out there. I just want to put it out there.
You're just going to you're not even going to play Fable in protest.
So
Exactly. I'm gonna be like, hell no,
so
this ain't Knight Rider.
Thimber is saying in
You're
the
on.
chat that
We are on
this-
strike. We want this car to talk.
Thimber is saying in the chat that this DLC is currently on sale on Xbox. It's $1 off for $8.99 instead of $9.99. So yeah,
Mm.
I think I like racing games. Racing games and
Savings.
real time strategy games are my opium, and I think I may just be getting that just so I can experience what happens because I'm so curious. Yeah, but yeah, if you've seen the trailer, when you hit 88 in the DeLorean, you get all the arcs and lightning and whatnot around the car that you got in the movies, and you wind up in an area that does not look like it was from the time frame that you left. I'm curious. I want to see it.
Yeah, I too. I'm curiously intrigued. I want to go and see about this, all that's involved with this DLC. I mean, and yeah, it seems pretty intriguing. I mean, they're doing it right. If they're bringing the characteristic of each car along with just the skin, then yeah, they're doing it correctly.
And the car talks.
Oh, you have to have the car.
Part
Yeah.
And next
I mean-
on the list of news.
Oh shit! Think about it. The next DLC they need to do a Mask DLC. Do you remember the Mask from back in the day, the 80s cartoon, 80s and 90s cartoon? You guys
Oh
probably don't.
damn! I do remember.
Yeah, think about it. Think you're in that car, and then all of a sudden you open the doors, and it becomes wings, and you can fly in the air. That shit would be cool as fuck. I'm sorry. That would be the ultimate game there. So
Next on our news topics, Xbox Game Pass confirms a new Day 1 game on August 7th. On August 7th, we are getting Creatures of Ava, which
I'm sorry. What? Oh yeah, okay. Is that the game that really reminded everyone that it was going to be Everwild?
yes, that's the game where when you basically transform the areas that you are in when you do whatever the creatures in that area need you to do to personally help them.
Hey, KY, I hate to say this, but I do have to run. I got to start dinner tonight. So yeah, I apologize, but I got to cut
Tell
this short.
the
So
family they can fucking starve, dude. This is Game Set Live. This is real shit, bro.
are you gonna be in on 30 minutes later?
No, I'll probably be
Oh.
out.
Maybe.
I'll probably be out in 20.
Oh, okay. No, I got to get started. So yeah, but
All right, brother. Well, it was a
Okay.
blast having you on, Wise. Really,
It's always
appreciate you
Always a
fun.
pleasure,
stopping by.
Matt.
yeah, no problem. It's always fun, and I'm always so whenever you need me, I'm always here. So yeah.
We needed you now, but you have
Awesome
to leave, right?
sauce.
No, just kidding.
Well, tell everybody where
Actually,
they can
I'm
find you
gonna-
at, sir.
Yeah, you can find me every Friday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern on Wasted with Wise with a ragtag bunch of panelists and usually a guest who doesn't know what the fuck is about to happen to them. So this week we got Slow-mo Backslap and yeah, and we're going to be talking about a couple of things. One thing that I definitely would want to touch base on is what do you see 40 years from now? Like I've been a gamer since back in the 2600 era. So I've seen graphics go from the levels of like what Adventure was, where you were just literally a square block, or like Pitfall Harry for Pitfall, all the way up to like what games look like now with Hellblade 2 and Elden Ring. So it just got me thinking that, okay, well, that's about 40 years, Nintendo or, late 80s, well, early 80s, late 70s, all the way up to now. So that's about 40 years. What happens 40 years from this day, So, well, 50 years. So what happens 40 to 50 years from now? What do games look like? I mean, are we even going to be playing them, and what type of fidelity is that going to be? What are we going to have the traditional 3 platform holders and all of that, or is it going to be different? What are our favorite IPs going to look like? Are they even going to be around? Like, is Mario going to be around 50 years from now? So, yeah,
I
just
know
wanted
what's
to touch base
definitely
on
not gonna be around. I know what's definitely not gonna be around. Banjo-Kazooie.
that.
Because
Hey, I do want to say,
Motherfucker.
I was on Wasted with Wise's show last week, and I do want to say that I was very disappointed because Cozy Beluga was not on the show last week. I was kind of looking forward to being with her on the show. Really dig her. She's my jam. I agree with her on a lot of things. So yeah, pass that on. There, Wise.
Yeah.
KY Bob.
Well, if any of y'all-
said
y'all
that
more than
Cozy
welcome to
wasn't
hop in.
around.
If any of y'all are free, y'all are more than welcome to hop on. We start at 6 p.m. Eastern and we go all the way till 9 p.m. Plus or minus. But obviously you can dip earlier, or you can come on later, or you don't have to stay for the full thing. You come in and leave or whatever.
You know
but
what?
yeah,
You
if
know,
y'all-
I'm gonna go ahead and add you, Wise. I'm gonna add you to our Twitter chat,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, just throw the link to the show up there in our chat, and I'm sure that any of us that want to kind of hang out and have some fun, and if you all have not been on Wise's show, it's a trip. You got to experience it at least once. So
it's fun. I like what it has sort of metamorphosized to become, and that's what I've always wanted when I first started this whole podcasting thing. When Doom sort of said, "Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and stick your neck out and do it yourself?" And I'm like, "Well, shit, I don't know." And he's like, "Well, make a show." And I'm like, "Well, if I'm gonna make a show on a Friday night, then I'm gonna do like what I would normally do on a Friday night, which is." After a week of work, go out and, drink and shoot the shit and talk about whatever the fuck we want to talk about, whether that's games or comic books or movies or a mixture of all of that. So, yeah, and it's sort of metamorphosizing that. People come on, some people drink, some people choose not to. As the night proceeds, who knows where the fuck the conversation goes. We have an idea where the conversation might want to go, but we always diverge, and that's the best part
I
about it.
have just added you to the Game Set
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And yeah, as I said, my invite is open to anybody. You, KY, of course, Fabio, Vinny, all of you guys have been on before. And if you have any time to spare, I mean, please stick your neck in and say hi, hello, and stay as long as you're comfortable. And yeah, no,
Yeah,
nothing. You know, just
Awesome
I'll probably be
sauce.
on there tomorrow.
let's go.
Nice.
I mean, mhm.
See, there you go.
So, yeah, come on.
There's an incentive. Make sure you put that link in our chat, sir.
No, I definitely will. I will do it most definitely. And yeah, just come on in. It'll be a great time. I mean, you know, we usually just sit there and talk shit all the way till the end, and until everyone gets tired, and then we just
When
leave
he
and say,
says
okay, fine.
shit,
I mean,
he's not
I mean,
shit.
not necessarily. I mean, not necessarily different from what we are doing here right now, but okay.
Yeah, but it is a little bit more. No
Yeah,
holds barred. Yeah.
informal.
I'm not drunk,
informal.
Fabio.
A little
Exactly.
more,
Just
just a little
Who said-
more
who-
structured
wait.
on Game Set Live when Fabio's not drawing
is it?
topics. Yeah, when you're not drawing the intro out to half an hour and letting everybody know where they
What
can
do you mean?
find you at, you know, what new TV show you're starring in, and how much you were able to get your milk for this week at the market. We don't care. Fuck.
Well, yeah, but it's one of those things. I enjoy it, and I look forward to it. It's like if I don't do the show, I feel I've missed something. I've missed doing something important that week, and yeah, it's just again the goal is to make sure that anyone who tunes in, whether they come in on as a panelist or a guest, or they're tuning in on whatever platform they want to listen to it on, they have a good time, they laugh, they hear a few things, and they leave the podcast not like angry because we were PlayStation centric or Xbox centric or Nintendo centric or PC centric. They just you leave and you feel comfortable, you just laughed, you hung out with some friends, and you're ready to start your weekend. And that's what the goal is. And if I can get that from people, and people say, you know what, I enjoy tuning in because I get that feeling and I feel like my weekend starts off with that, then I think I've achieved my purpose for that podcast. So So that-
love to hear it, brother. You need to go make dinner, bro.
yes, sir, I do. So I will be sending you guys the link. So please, anyone who come in, please come on in. It will be a welcome time, and we would really love to have you guys.
Awesome sauce. You know, I see
Thanks so much, my
I
man.
see a coalition happening right now between Games That Live and Wasted with Wise.
And we are going to definitely make a better job in Gears of War E-Day.
Oh shit.
And speaking of UKY, I need to talk to you because I got that new card. You know the one you were talking about last week, the Aver Media Ultra Extreme 3 thingamajiggy, whatever. That you had recorded this footage on.
Yes.
I bought it. It was an Aver Media 2.1 Ultra. It was like the newest variation. It was like 250.
Is it a live gamer 4K?
It's 4K.
Okay. Yes, I can.
It's their newest variation, and I need help because I don't even know what I could do with it.
I have the same thing, and I can give you anything. I can give you all the pointers you need.
Yeah, because this is my first foray into it. I don't even know what I can do with it,
You
let
can
alone
do
I just bought
everything
it.
with that card, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, I need to pick your brain then. So just let me know when you're free, so we can sort of sit there and hammer it out because
I
it comes
may
in
be on
tomorrow.
the show tomorrow. You never know.
Cool. Guys, I really do have to run, but yeah, thank you for having me on, and I will be sending the link. So yeah,
Always a pleasure, my man.
yes, sir.
very
Have a
nice.
good show, guys. Yeah,
Awesome.
See you guys. We'll see you.
Mhm. Have a good one, guys. Yeah,
Yep,
take care.
peace out. All right, with the exit of Wise, let's move on with our topics here real quick. With our news portion of the show. Da, 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 da. Ching, 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 ching. In the world of gaming, the Xbox team is heading back to Gamescom this year, and they say this is going to be their largest booth yet, ranging from August 21st to August 25th. What do we think that means, fellas? Do we think that means that they're going to really make any groundbreaking announcements, or do they think that they're just going to have a large booth for people to play curated portions of the games they've already announced?
Usually it's just a booth to do like xCloud stuff and that type of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I don't think it's.
I don't
going
think
to
they're
be
gonna have
something
any like new
that.
announcements.
Like, yeah, maybe the only thing that they are going to show that is like that was not showed on the Xbox Game Showcase is going to be probably like Towerborn. It's a game that we already know it exists and is going to be released this year. So other than that, I think it's just going to be like more extended discussions and interviews about Indiana Jones, Avowed, the Diablo expansion, and that sort of stuff.
Well,
Yeah, they'll
Thember
probably have a couple demos.
just said Towerborn has been confirmed for Gamescom. So
Yes, yeah, but that's what I said. Like other than Towerborn, I think we're only going to be seeing
I would like to see.
those
They
stuff
may
that we
announce.
already.
Go ahead.
They may have like a new trailer for like season 2 of Fallout or some TV show updates, media updates, that type of thing.
Oh, Thember has been.
'Cause I remember last year they showed that exclusive trailer to everybody that showed up to Gamescom.
Thember's been gracious enough to put the link in the chat for Towerborn.
Oh, thanks so
status.
much.
You know, I think to me, a shadow drop of Age of Mythology for console. and
No,
PC.
that like that was already the release date was already set on
I
the
know, but
Xbox Game
it doesn't
Showcase
mean
for
they
that.
can't jump it. It doesn't mean they can't jump it. You know as well as I do. If it's ready 30 days before the date they gave, then it's ready 30 days before the date they gave. So I don't know. Next on the topic
Oh, I don't know.
list, Beyond Good and Evil 20th Anniversary Edition is going to arrive on Xbox. I don't care about this 20th Anniversary Edition. I just want the game that you showed me a fucking trailer to 5 years ago. Please. Oh,
Was it 5 or longer than that? I think it was longer, right?
it might be. I mean, after 5 years, dude. I mean, okay. Everything before the pandemic, it just seems to run together. It's just like, could it be 2013? Could it be 2019? I don't know. I have no idea, really. You know, I don't know. I've went back and I've played Good and Evil, Beyond Good and Evil, and I didn't feel it. I really didn't feel it. But the game that I saw the trailer for, I felt that. I really felt that, and I thought I was getting it, and I'm not gotten it yet. So what the fuck? Any thoughts on the game? Anybody? No.
Not really, no.
Oh, not really.
So, multiple games announced for Xbox at a limited run 2024 showcase. That's right. What does that mean? That means that there's going to be a limited run games held 24 it was held at 2024 Summer Games Showcase earlier that day this was announced. It included a bunch of upcoming Xbox titles. Just like last year, some of these announcements were the physical versions of games that have already been announced and released. So, they are going to re-release physical versions of Star Wars Dark Forces Remaster, Lollipop Chainsaw Repop, Starship Troopers Extermination, and Penny's Big Breakaway. Okay. Yeah. I don't really know. Anybody got anything to say on that? They're not bad games, but
Nobody
they're
cares.
old, don't really care.
yeah, I'm not really in the physical market anymore. I mean, I've got a huge cabinet full of Xbox 360 games. As far as that goes,
Yeah, like I haven't been.
State of Decay
Yeah, I haven't
2.
been like.
Me
Mm-hmm.
neither, brother. State of Decay 2 developer, they add a touching tribute to a player's father. Um,
That's cute.
yeah,
That's nice.
I do have to say something about Undead Labs. Undead Labs, bar none, goes above and beyond support of their games. I mean, they had a live stream every month since the release of State of Decay 2. Um, State of Decay 2 had 37 updates. Each update bringing more than just fixes, they actually advanced the game. So them going above and beyond here on actually commemorate, um, they made him immortal, is what the person said about their father in the game. To touch on it a little further, the article goes on to say Undead Labs added a touching tribute into State of Decay 2, immortalizing a player's father who passed away 3 years ago. In a Reddit
That's
post
awesome.
over the weekend, community member Embarrassed Budget 859 said they contacted the developer after their father passed away a few years ago, asking if Undead Labs would include him in the game. And they did what they could, which means just adding his name to random survivors. The State of Decay 2 team did more than just include his father's name, however. The developer actually created a fleshed out character called Bruce Allen Buncombe in his honor, complete with traits and all. And over the weekend, Embarrassed Budget 859 finally found him. According to the character's State of Decay 2 traits, Bruce Allen Buncombe ran a medical office, led a quiet life, and is old and retired. These traits are in line with Embarrassed Budget 859's father, the poster said. Mm,
That's awesome.
yeah, Undead Labs, dude.
Honestly,
You know,
no, these guys are like literally something else. Like I don't remember anything like that. Like on any generation, like the only generation, the only thing, the only game that I don't it reminds me is a post of a guy that had his best friend playing Forza Horizon all together, and then he lost his friend because of cancer, and then like we all know that Forza Horizon has the drive avatars, right? Which put the gamer tag, and the drive avatars are like acting on their own. They are playing their own game. So the guy, like months after the his best friend passing away, he sees the drive avatar of his friend. So he's like, I can always play with him.
yeah, this is true. I mean, state
Like this is so wholesome, honestly.
it is, and and not just because I'm a big fan of the State of Decay franchise. Undead Labs has my hats off to that developer. They are above and beyond for really giving what community members want and making them feel special. And not only that, but keeping up with the game. Like I said, live stream sometimes twice a month. But at least once a month since the game's release. And the game came out uh, a long time ago. Then
2018, the
yeah,
same year as Sea of Thieves.
they're Undead Labs, dudes. They are bar none, and that's why I'm one of the reasons I'm looking so forward to State of Decay 3, because I know that they are going to continue their support for the game for so long. It,
Like it
can't
is
wait to
something that
kill zombies.
like it's something that I really enjoy, like from, let's just put it like that, from what Microsoft has been doing for the studio, which is like they like we would like to continue to always keep supporting this game until we get the X game out, and Microsoft is like, okay, sure. It's not just like that. Of course, it needs to be a business. It needs to be profitable, and Microsoft is always going to try to like. They are not gonna do anything for charity. Of course, they're not gonna do anything for charity, but like, I think it's really good, nice that they are like, okay, the studio has a really good passion for the game. We are getting some nice results. There's a whole community of players since the moment the game got released in 2018, and we can continue to invest in it. So like, it is a similar situation with Sea of Thieves, but the difference is just that Sea of Thieves has that bigger boom on Twitch, and then it makes become like more popular than State of Decay 2, but still, I think it's really nice.
Word up. Yeah. Vinny, anything to say about
It just doesn't care.
No, not really.
When Vinny is all quiet, all by himself, and he's not gonna say one shit, is because he's just not caring.
it hurts my feelings. Anyway.
I mean, it's cool what State of Decay does, but I
Not a
don't
fan
really
of,
have anything to say about it.
not a fan of State of Decay.
No, I like State of Decay. I'm just not a huge fan of State of Decay.
Hmm.
So next on
No
our
one is a. Go on, Bob. I'm not gonna extend this.
next on our news list, Devolver Digital. They posted on Twitter. They said, "Rejoice, drillers! Pepper Grinder is going to arrive on the PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, and Xbox One on August 6th." I don't even know what Pepper Grinder is. Does anybody have
It's,
any insight?
I mean, it is a pepper grinder. The name just tells you that. I mean, what more were you expecting?
Oh, Pepper Grinder. Oh, Pepper Grinder. I mean, I don't know. Let's grind some pepper.
Yeah, maybe that's the idea of the game. I don't know.
Thimber says Pepper Grinder is a drilling game, sort of like platform type, but not so quite. So, IGN released that Epic Mickey refurbished release date confirmed. So, Epic Mickey refurbished release date is going to come to PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, and PC on September to the 24th of this year, that being 2024. Which
Nice. Okay.
I liked Epic Mickey. I thought Epic Mickey was pretty cool.
You know that I never played that. Always caught my attention, but never played it.
It's really good, dude. I'm not
Nice.
really one for. I mean, I don't like hate Mickey, but I don't really prefer to play with him as a character in a game. But Epic Mickey was actually pretty good. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Awesome.
What about you, Vinny? Does it bring out the Mickey inside you? Yeah.
Nah, I never played Epic Mickey games, so I don't really care for them either.
Well, it does say and PC, so there's a possibility. Yeah.
I'll just play Kingdom Hearts on Steam.
I mean, I can't wrong you there because Kingdom Hearts was fucking awesome. So, the VGC has announced that Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster has been announced, and yes,
The first game?
the very first game. I hope they do away with the gosh darn time limit. I hated the time limit. There's stuff I wanted to do, but then I never got credit for it because I didn't do it in the time limit the story said I should have done it. I hated that. It's the only thing I hate about Dead Rising. Dead Rising I thought was pretty awesome. I mean, it was my reintroduction into zombie games. I was already a zombie movie fan because I'm a huge George A. Romero fan. So I like Day of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, all that crap. I love all of it. Dead Rising was like my love of film and my love of games came together. But when I played the game, yes, it was great. And yes, you could finish the main story. Nope, you could go through it and finish the main story. But you didn't get the true ending unless you were able to do things in a timely fashion. And that sucked. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I hated, like, you could go and you could do, if you weren't somewhere at a certain time within a certain time frame, that boss wouldn't even be there. What the fuck? Please, if you're listening, Capcom, do away with that. I didn't like it. Other than that, anybody else play Dead Rising? Yeah? No? Don't care?
Yeah, I like the OG games.
Yeah, of course.
Love Dead Rising. I didn't mind the timing. I thought it was it made it like so all your playthroughs were different. You didn't do the same thing.
Yeah,
every time.
like it does kind of make you have that feeling. I don't know, it just reminds me of the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater titles where like you can do different kinds of tricks, and every single time you are going to be playing those games you are going to be under a time limit, but you are going to be doing different tricks so you can enjoy more of the time that you have there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see the strategic aspect of it, but from a gameplay standpoint, it was just like, really? I just want to have the opportunity to fight everybody and not have to be there in a certain time, because it was so cool to just kind of hang out for a little while, kind of hold your ground and just kind of kick zombie ass and try and stay alive, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna move forward a little bit. Oh damn, really? I can't fight this guy because I wasn't here an hour ago? Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, because I mean, the whole thing about zombie games is really what I think is the really appealing aspect is the kind of holding out and trying to survive against the horde, which is what made Gears of War horde mode so enjoyable, as it was what everybody wanted to do, balled up into one of their favorite games. And when you try to do that in Dead Rising, just kind of chill out and go out and kill people and try different things, and then get to a certain part of the game and find out that, oh, okay, well, they're not here anymore. That sucks. But, I mean, I'm still going to check it out. I mean, I'm a big Dead Rising fan, a big zombie fan, for what it's worth. So, a remaster, yeah, I'm going to be on board.
They could
Next,
try to give some love to Dead Rising 3 as well, right? That would be nice.
yeah, 3 was better than 2. 4 really got kind of arcadey, but 3 before they stepped away from the roots that were kind of laid out in 1. Yeah, 3 would be good too. The Steam is launching a new background gameplay recorder. So they're going to allow you to record your gameplay on Steam Deck. Yeah.
Nice.
Not really looking forward to seeing subpar graphics and subpar frame rate on Twitter. Really. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Star Wars Bounty Hunter returns, and this time Boba Fett. Ooh. Ooh.
No,
Ah,
no.
yeah.
It's Django.
Mm.
It's Django Fett.
No. It says Bounty Hunter returns, and this time the Boba Fett Easter egg is real. Yes.
What the?
Oh yes.
Isn't the trailer with? Isn't the trailer with Django Fett?
It says, as explained by PlayStation blog post, producer.
The armor from the character. I'm looking at the trailer right now. The armor from the character is the exact same armor from Django Fett.
It says cash
It's the
in
blue and
all
silver.
bounties to play as Boba.
I'm so.
It says while the message did exist, the feature did not. Bashir explained. So even if you hit 100% on your save file, you were only able to play as Django. We've brought this Easter egg to life, so after completing the campaign, you will be able to equip a new Boba Fett skin for your next playthrough.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
That's right. Fuck Jenga.
It makes way more
Fuck
sense.
Jenga. Fuck Jenga. Give me Boba. Like Boba tea. Boba tea, Boba Fett. The way you drink tea should be the only way you assassinate mofos. That's right.
My lord.
Oh. So, From Software's parent company is a victim of a cyber attack. Yes. I can't remember exactly what his name is. Hold on, let me bring it up. So, From Software parent company Katakawa Group faces a cyber attack. They have been hit by ransomware that was detected on June 8th, and their leading external professional organizations are helping Katakawa investigate the potential data leaks. They're basically holding the person responsible for commanding the team that is behind Elden Ring and Shadow of the Erdtree. They're holding his personal data hostage, and unless their demands are given in to, they say they're going to release all his information online. Yeah.
That.
How petty?
God damn it.
How petty can you get? I mean, it's just starting to get fucking ridiculous.
It is fucked up, but it is what it is.
I don't even know who that guy is, but I mean, I still don't want all his. Okay, Thember, thank you for correcting me. Katakawa. I should have said Katakawa instead. Katakawa. What did I say? Apparently it wasn't Katakawa because Thember thought that he felt the need to correct me in the chat. Katakawa. All right. Right on. Last on our news list, there will be a Capcom Next event. Tune in on July the 1st, 3 p.m. Pacific time for Capcom Next Summer 2024. It's going to be a 25-minute event sharing info on 3 titles. And in the trailer, I can tell you, it says that there will be first details on Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. There will be news on Kunetsu Gaming Path of Godness. And there will be news on Resident Evil 7 Biohazard for iPhone. hopefully it is in that order so that I don't have to wait to the end to see the Dead Rising Deluxe, because that's really the only thing I'm interested in. Dead Rising Deluxe. I'm interested in that. The other two, yeah. I got Resident Evil 7 on my Series X. Why do I want to wait for iPhone, iPad, and Mac? Yeah. But hey, that could be cool, man. I mean, we'll rock out with some retroactive games, man, on the Capcom Next Summer 2024 stream. I mean, they only did it 2 weeks after everybody else did their shit. I mean, what the fuck? Even Ubisoft was quicker on the ball than Capcom. Maybe the calendars are different over there in Japan. I don't know, man.
I'm
Yeah.
excited for the
Okay,
event.
what?
I'm excited for a new Resident Evil.
Yeah, but it's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard for iPhone, iPad, and Mac.
Well, there's also the rumored IPs they're gonna
Oh, really?
show.
I didn't.
Yeah,
I didn't know there were.
Resident Evil being one of them. They're gonna show the world.
That could be okay. I'm officially tuning in for that for the whole show, because I don't want to miss out on a shadow info drop at the very end of the show, and everybody be going crazy on social media. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I was there. I watched it. I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Vinny.
Why?
You just
Why did you become? Why did you just become Patrick Star?
Because I'm good at that. I mean, if I had to do that all the
Yo,
time,
really?
you want me to do the whole next episode of this show? I promise you, I will talk like Patrick Star the entire time, just like this.
That was really good, honestly.
I will.
Like,
I
I
will.
don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about? I will end everything on the downslope. Like, it just depresses me that I just made that come out of my mouth. That's right. But on
Okay.
Okay, so on that note, all the news and our thoughts on Xbox trying to be everywhere. Fabio Amorim, sir, tell everybody where they can find you at, brother.
Well, you can find me not just on the Game Set Life podcast here with KY Bob and you Sovini, but you can find me also on Twitter as FBO Amorim97. You can find me as well on Xbox as Buffon Lizard 8, and you can find me on the YouTube channel of the XPN Network as a member of the XPL Party Podcast. Do make sure to check it out, because we had a pretty awesome show earlier today where we had the 105th episode of our small podcast, and Bob was there, returning to its origins as like an OG member there. That was such a good time.
You know, we could have many episodes like that if Bob's made a permanent panelist again.
We'll see what happens, my man. No worries whatsoever.
I had a great time with the panel today. I thought we gelled pretty good. It was exciting. If nothing comes of it, I still had a great time, and I'm still shout out to Ash and for MBG or BMG.
BMG
For BMG for having me on. It was a blast.
It's because Bald Man Gamer is his nickname there.
But yeah, it was great. I loved it. It really.
I'm just waiting for their answer, mate.
If you haven't noticed, it kind of pumped up my my attitude a little bit for this show following it, because being a host and making sure everything's working in the background is a little different than being a panelist, and it was nice to be a panelist and kind of just hang with the guys. I really enjoyed it, and it upped my spirits a little bit, made me a little bit more excited about gaming, to be honest. That it feel really the responsibility of doing a show and driving the content. Just felt the relaxation of being able to just hang out, be with buddies, and give our 2 cents. It was awesome. I really want to thank
Perfect, my man.
I want to thank Fabio for reaching out to me and inviting me. It was awesome.
Of course, you are part of it. Like you are part of the history of the channel itself as well as the podcast. Like we wouldn't have gotten into 150 episodes if it wasn't for you as well as all the other members that were part of the show or they are currently part of the show, as well as of course as the people that watches us, including Finber, which is always here with us.
I'm
And yes,
sure
Bob,
you would
I
have
did.
found another chimp to take my place.
Not at all. Bob, I did talk to them. I just waiting for their answer about it. No worries at all.
Oh, okay, cool. I mean, either way, if it happens, it's great. If it doesn't, I know we're still cool, and it was a great time. I had a great time.
I'm sure we can make something out. I'm sure we can work something out. No worries.
And if he hasn't been paying any attention, what I changed his nickname to on screen, PC Master Race dash Yuso Vinny, sir.
Yes, sir.
Where can people find you at?
You can find me on all platforms, pretty much Uso Vinny. No PCMR, because that's already in my heart. I don't need to put it on my name.
Oh shit!
You don't need the boxes anymore.
Oh goodness!
Nope. I don't go by labels. I'm beyond labels.
Just
There you
I'm
go.
4090 gaming.
There you go. There you go. Let it out there.
mhm.
But yeah, Uso Vinny, all platforms, and if you want to play some Elden Ring, let me know. I'm on Steam playing it right now.
Oh, you heard
Awesome.
him. You heard him on Steam, not
Uh,
Christ Play.
Are you suffering?
No, I'm only in the base game right now. I'm not in the DLC.
How dare you? No, just kidding.
Yeah. It's like sorry.
I don't even have the base game, so
Whenever
yeah.
whenever I hear you say that, no. So, I'm not sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Whenever I hear you say it, take back.
Uh,
I always think
I'm sorry. I'm
sorry, not sorry.
always sorry, not sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, not
That's
sorry.
basically.
Oh,
That's the
goodness.
best. That's the best mantra there is, mate.
I
Okay, go on.
guess. I mean, you could, that's a way of saying I disagree, but I don't hate you. Yep.
No,
Um,
actually, to me is I hate, but I don't disagree.
God damn. I always gotta go into that. And this, of course, is your host, KY Bob, trying to wrangle this band of misfits during the shenanigans every Thursday night at 7 p.m. You can catch me on all platforms, KY_Bob. Sometimes that O is a 0, especially on Xbox, because there's an imposter out there. And you can catch the audio stream of our podcast the next day on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, and Pocket Casts. Yes, that's right. That's right. I had fallen a little bit behind on that. I was 3 episodes behind on the audio stream. Last week after the show, I took it upon myself to go ahead and upload those 3 episodes. So it's completely caught up now. I won't let that happen again. Yeah. As I say every week, folks, go outside, touch some grass, hug somebody
And
that
eat
you
some
love.
ass.
Hug somebody.
Yeah,
touch
eat some animals. Eat
touch
some animals.
grass. Hug somebody you love, and game on, folks. Have a good weekend, and we will see you here next week. Peace.